If I told you that your song got 1 million streams, how much do you actually think you made? $1,000? $5,000? Try about $3,000 to $4,000 total. And that's before expenses, taxes, and before you split it with producers, mixers, labels, if you are signed. Here's the harsh truth. The music industry has conditioned us to measure success in money, numbers, and followers. We chase streams. We chase playlist placements. We chase clout. But what if the game is rigged? What if focusing on those metrics is actually what's hurting you and me creatively? Today, we're breaking down why streaming doesn't pay, why the way we measure success is broken, and how to shift your mindset so you actually enjoy making music again. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Streaming doesn't pay musicians what they deserve. And I'm not just talking about independent artists. Every major label artist has spoken up about it. A quick recap: Spotify pays $0.003 to $0.005 per stream. So that's not even a cent is what I'm getting at. Apple Music will pay around a penny a stream. YouTube Music pays point per stream, and Amazon Music comes in at $0.004 per stream. If your song gets 1 million plays on Spotify, you're making around $3,000 to $5,000. It sounds decent until you factor in this: the producer's cut, the mixing, mastering engineer, the marketing, the ads, the label's cut if signed, and taxes. By the time everything is accounted for, most artists are left with just a very small fraction of that payout. That's why even artists like SZA, Ariana Grande, and Taylor Swift have spoken out about how streaming doesn't provide sustainable income. Even Chappell Roan recently at the Grammys, her speech when she won, she took a moment and it upon herself to say, hey, labels, pay a fair wage. So if you're an independent artist, what are you supposed to do with this? Are you doomed to be broke forever? Not necessarily. But first, we need to talk about why we've been chasing the wrong metrics. We live in this world where artists are constantly asked, how many streams do you have? How many monthly listeners do you have? How many followers do you have? But let's be real, do those numbers actually mean anything if they're not leading to real success for you as an artist? I've had millions of streams. I was distributed through DistroKid, flagged my releases as fraudulent streams, bot streams, because I was playlisted. And you know what? They can do that because how am I going to fight Spotify? Here's another problem. Social media and the industry trick us into equating success with numbers. The more streams you have, the more valuable you think you are as an artist. But what if I told you that's actually backwards? I know artists with millions of streams who are absolutely struggling to even pay rent. And I know artists with only a few thousand loyal fans who are making 6 figures a year. The difference? The second artist is focused on community and direct-to-fan relationships, not just vanity metrics. So what if we refine success? But what if it was impact, connection, and fulfillment? I want to be honest, most of us got into music because we loved creating. We loved telling stories, experimenting with sounds, maybe sharing memories and emotions. But somewhere along the way, we started worrying about algorithms more than art. And that's just absurd. Here's the mindset shift I want you to consider. Instead of asking, how much money will this song make? Ask, how much impact will this song have? For me, for instance, I wrote this song at the height of the pandemic and my mental health was shot. I was so tired of watching all these families gather around the casket of the loved one they love more than anything. And that was the last moment they were going to see their shell, their body on this side of life. It sounds wild, but it was so heavy and I had to get it out. That was the song that was the catalyst that propelled my career even more. That song went to number 15 on Billboard. I'm totally independent. I was still operating a funeral home company. Here are some ways to redefine success. Number 1, did your song move somebody? Number 2, did your music help you express something that was real? Number 3, are you building a real community? If you're only making music for the money, you're going to burn out and you're not going to be able to even eat ramen. But if you're making music because you absolutely love it, you've already won. What's the solution? If streaming won't make you rich, how do you actually build a sustainable music career? Here are some strategies that actually work. direct to fan monetization, like membership platforms where fans are able to support me, and in turn, I'm giving them value offerings. I use a platform called Fourth Wall, which I'm going to link in the description. I've used a few platforms. This one is robust. It has a ton of awesome features and opportunities for me to give unique experiences to my fans and those that I connect with. Merch and exclusive content is another strategy. Fans will pay for experiences they can't get anywhere else. Limited merch releases, maybe signed autograph copies, all of that can be funneled through your direct to fan monetization, which I just mentioned. There's tons of opportunity to create engaging and exclusive content. People love knowing that what they have is a unique thing. Live shows and VIP experiences are another. Even your small intimate house shows, perhaps. Those can be more profitable than thousands of streams. Reach out to your community. Say, hey, we want to come through your town. Do you want to host a house show? You go to the house show, you have 20 people there. You're able to tell stories about the music and the reason you wrote this song and that song. You're sitting around a couch where it's even more comfortable and intimate. The next thing you know, you have lifelong connections and fans. And what about licensing and sync deals? You don't have to be signed to get those. Your music can be in film and TV and ads. There's much bigger payouts than streaming with that. Bottom line, streaming is just one small piece of the puzzle. It is not the whole picture. The real goal is to create something meaningful and sustainable. Let's talk about it. How do you define success as an artist? Are you still chasing streams, or are you shifting your focus? Let me know in the comments, because I do want to hear your take on all of this. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Be sure to click the bell to be notified when I release content like this. And by you doing so, you're telling the platform, I like this guy, which I say thank you. I like you too. And if you are ready to stop chasing numbers and start building something real, I want you to check out my platform. That's where I go deep into these strategies, engage with my followers and fans, and we build a community together, one that will last. If you took any away from this video, I hope it's this. Do not measure your success based upon how much money you have in your pocket from the music that you've made. If you do that, you will stop creating. Do not lose sight of the prize. The prize is creating, connecting community. That is what we're put here to do, to love other people and to give of our talents and gifts to connect with other people in a meaningful way. I would love to connect with you. Subscribe, click the bell to be notified. Join the Mortals. Also, I'm going to link some of the tools that I use to connect and engage with those who care about what I put out and that I can show care back to them. I really appreciate you. See you at the next video.